Hey everybody, welcome to my garage. It's like the only place in my entire house that isn't generally pretty nuts with either dogs barking or people talking or televisions running. So here we are in my really messy garage. So I decided to make a really short video today because I get the same couple of questions all the time since I've lost the weight. Generally, first question is, what did you do to lose the weight? Next question is always, how did I get back in shape? So we'll start with the first question today, and I might make a multitude of these videos. We'll just see how it goes. First question answer is, people say, how'd you lose the weight? My answer is keto. That gets one of three responses generally. First response is, and often is, what is keto? Makes sense. Second question often is, well, I tried it, or a relative tried it, or a friend tried it. That doesn't work. That's number two. The third response often is, oh, that's so unhealthy, you're going to die. So let me start with, I'm not a doctor, so do not take medical advice from me. Everything I am giving you is anecdotal for what has worked for me and how I've done it, and people in my family who are doing it off and on now too. So not a doctor, okay? This is not medical advice. This is Coach Craig, how Coach Craig got thinner advice. So take it for what it is. So keto, if you don't know, if you have no idea and you want to know, is simply low carb, high fat. I know that scares the hell out of everybody because we've been told our whole lives, no fat. That's a whole long story that I don't want to get into the details of. I would recommend, and I will put hopefully links with this video to two documentaries that I recommend for everybody before you even think about going this direction, or if you're even curious about it. The first one is called Fed Up. It's easy to find, looks like two M&Ms that say Fed Up in them. The other one is The Magic Pill. Of the two, I prefer Fed Up. I think it's easier to follow and makes more sense for me. I felt like Magic Pill was, they tried to do too much at one time and it was really hard to follow. Me personally, but check them both out. That's my first recommendation. Go that route, then come back. So that's the deal. It's low carb, high fat, and it puts you into a state of ketosis. This diet is not new, just so we know. It started with something originally called the Banting diet, which is very old. I don't even want to give a date. It's old. I want to say like 1800s, and I could be wrong about that, but it's pretty far back. And by the way, Banting is easier to do than keto or Atkins, which are all three kind of the same. I've tried to push people toward Banting because it's as simple as you can get. There are literally three lists. There's a green, a yellow, and a red list. I mean, it's just that simple. Green, nom nom, right? Yellow, take it easy, and red is no. So it's really simple way to kind of go keto without getting in all the crazy details of it. So there's a recommendation for me. Both those videos, look into the Banting diet if you want to go this direction. Banting diet is incredibly simplified, and you can find the list anywhere on the internet. It's not hard. You Google it, right? So there's that. Of the three questions, there we covered the first part. What is it, in a basic nutshell? And by the way, that's really complicated to answer because there are so many versions of keto. They're not all the same. I kind of live on more of a dirty keto rather than strict keto. Strict keto is really hard. I don't think I could last if I had to be on strict keto. Strict keto is difficult and not for me. But I do more of a dirty keto combination / lazy keto. I kind of mix the two together. That's your basic strict, lazy, and dirty, and there's kind of versions of all of those that work for different people. That's the other thing too. There is no right answer, right? I mean, find what works and do it. Stick with it and go with it. So there you go. There's really no answer to what keto is other than that it is low carb, high fat. No matter what, it is always that. Similar to Atkins, not the same, but close. A lot of Atkins products can work when you're doing keto. And Atkins is a great resource because they've been around a long time as well. Don't overlook that if you're going this direction. Don't overlook going Atkins. It may work better for you. Look into that option. So there we are. So cover that. The second answer that I always find interesting is the one where they say it doesn't work. And I always find this entertaining because it's like, hey, I'm standing right in front of you 100 pounds lighter than I was a year ago. And I'm telling you that it at least can work. That doesn't mean it's going to work for you or for everybody, but it can work. You know, everybody's body and mental state are different. You know, no diet's going to work if you're not mentally ready to dive in and sit on it and just dig in and stay. So that's you know, part of that. The third one where, oh my God, it's unhealthy and you're just going to die. There's a couple things about that I find entertaining. There's a meme you find floating around on keto sites where it says, when I was eating, you know, Big Macs and French fries every day and 150 pounds overweight, nobody gave a shit. But as soon as I tell people I'm on keto, they're like, oh, you're going to die. So it's really kind of funny, actually. So there's that. But most of the people who think it's really unhealthy, either they don't understand it and haven't really researched it properly, and they think we literally just eat meatloaf and cheese. Don't understand there are greens that are involved. There's a lot of things involved with it. So they've read about it in its basic, simplest form, so they don't understand the concept. And so it's mostly just ignorance when people think that it's really unhealthy. And if you have some type of a health issue, a initial health issue, you know, you need to talk to a doctor before you change your diet, right? I mean, don't just start something. So it could be unhealthy for you, depending on what your health conditions are. For me, it worked great. For me, it was fantastic, and I also try to tell people this is my opinion, again, not a doctor, but if you are more than 50 or 60 pounds overweight and have been for, say, 20 or 30 years, which is most of us, then don't start a diet. Start a new way of life, because what you were doing before did not work. It was not working. You consistently stated you're overweight. So for me, keto is a lifestyle, not a diet. That's me. That's how I see it. The first time I've been really off of it for over a year was just last week. We were on vacation, and I even still tried to stay on it for the first couple of days, and finally just gave in and went all in. I gained a few pounds, and I've already taken a lot of it off in the last few days. So it's, you know, it was fine for me, because my body is fat adapted, which is a whole other concept and talk that I don't want to get into today. So essentially, there's the answer. Keto is, again, you know, low carb, high fat. Do the research. Don't just, you know, don't just blow it off or act like it doesn't matter. Do the real research. Get involved and dig in before you do something. Avoid the Facebook pages. They're mostly full of trolls, douchebags who just want to complain or put fake pics that they lost 200 pounds in 6 months. Just get off of those. Don't even bother with those. Just stay away. I mean, some of them are okay, but for the most part, no. There's a great guy named Dr. Ken Berry that's on YouTube. I recommend him all the time. Keto Guru, good guy to watch, to look into, seeing where you want to go. But again, my recommendation, first stop, if you're thinking about doing this, period, are the two documentaries I mentioned, Fed Up and The Magic Pill. For me, I didn't start this journey to lose weight. That was a side effect. I started this journey because I discovered that, because I've had quite a few concussions in my life, and so, you know, when you bruise your brain that many times, it causes long-term damage, or it can. And so I was very concerned about that, and it turns out that the brain really functions well in a high-fat diet, proper high fat, the correct fats, good fats, which there are a difference, good and bad fats, which you'll learn as you work your way through keto. There are differences between good and bad fats. Good fats are necessary, and the problem is we've cut them all, and that's not working. There we go. There's what keto is. Next video will be how I got in better shape, which I'll be honest, I'm not as good a shape as it looks like I am. I look a lot better with my clothes on than I do with my clothes off. Just saying, I am in way better shape than I was, but not the shape that it is. I look better than what it really is. Trust me. There's a lot. I'm like a duck, you know. Feet are all going crazy underneath and looks good on top. So that's the way the reality is. So until next time, like I said, if I get enough comments, people are interested, it sounds like something people want to keep an eye on, then I'll make more videos. Again, this is my dirty garage. I'll probably be shooting more from here, and it probably won't ever get any cleaner. So thanks a lot. See you later.